So the law of attraction previously has been defined as a philosophy. Yes, a philosophy. And this philosophy is one that states you have a belief that positive attracts positive and negative attracts negative. So if you have positive thoughts going on, you're going to attract positive experiences. And if you have negative thoughts going on, you're going to attract negative experiences. Well, with the advances that have gone on in science and technology, we know through quantum physics, this is no longer a philosophy, people. This is science. This is physics. It is the quantum field at work. And this is how it's always worked. And this is how it's working now. And whether you are aware of it or not, and we're going to talk about awareness, whether you believe it or not, it is always happening. You don't have to believe in the law of gravity to know that when I let go of this pen, it's going to drop according to the laws of gravity. And they are always been present. We just haven't been aware of them. Another example I like to give is that with the cell phone technology, the waves for that have always been around. It's just we haven't been aware of how to create it. And now that we have this expanded awareness and we see how we've created these tools in our life, we've been able to fly, put a man on the moon. We have computers and we can have FaceTime. There's all sorts of things that we have that are just amazing. And our capability to do this has always been there. We just weren't aware of it. Like when you go through school and you start with 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 25. You go through school further on, you increase more awareness. You know that it takes 2 5s because you change that plus into a multiply and you get 25. You move up your ladder of awareness, further years in school, 1 5 to get to 25. And that's by squaring it. And this is what we're going to do. Whether we square it or make it even more exponential, we are going to make quantum leaps in your results by working with your mindset, working with your body to make the shifts that you need to turn on that natural baby making genius that you have within you. So today, knowing that this is science, it's not philosophy, you might be aware of the book, The Secret, that was turned into a major motion movie, and our fellow self-development, personal development guru here in Ontario, Bob Proctor, who's had over 60 years of experience, not just knowledge and reading and learning about that. He's got 60 years of experience and he teaches on this as well. And I've learned from him and my mentor, Mary Morrissey, and others, and put all these things together because I've seen these different pieces work in my life and wanted to know how they can work better. And so I'm here to bring this all together for you today. And you may not understand it, as I said, you may not even believe it, but you are attracting to you what it is that, whether you love it or what you don't love, you could be even attracting it to you. So my previous work experience in medicine, it's easy to see. And there are loads of evidence, lots of studies, lots of trials, gold standard evidence, the best kind there is of triple blind randomized controlled trials to prove with large volumes of people, placebo effect and nocebo effect. This is the medical science world of how the law of attraction works. So if you're thinking, oh, I've heard a little bit about that placebo effect, that I'm given a sugar pill or a saline injection, something that is not going to cause harm, but it does not have the contents of the whatever the process is to get you better. So the pill form, it's not got the content of the drug to create the change. It's just a sugar pill. But what happens when people take the sugar pill? 25 to 75% of people, women and men, will get the result. They're not having the true medication in there. They're not having that prescribed drug. They're not taking nothing either. They believe they're taking something that's going to make the change. So they're thinking that and they believe that. So they're having those results. Yes, those numbers, people, are 25 to about 75%, depending on the different studies. Placebo effect. So if you've been struggling and you've used assisted reproductive technologies with IVF or whatever else you've tried, and you've seen and you've been quoted that your results out of these are going to be, at best, if you're young and otherwise healthy, under 30, you might have a 35% success rate. And that's equal to the placebo effect. Now, if you're getting over 35 or if you've had a couple of miscarriages and you're over 40, your success rate with these assisted reproductive technologies drops to single digits. It's 1 to 9%, depending on the studies you look at. That is so less than placebo effect. People, there's something else going on by looking at the conditions and the circumstances, and you're giving up your power. You're letting somebody else tell you what you can and cannot have, and how you can and cannot have it, and how it will or will not work with your mind and your body. So I'm here to help you become more aware, lean into these principles so that we can awaken your genius. You have this ability. You're a woman. You have this natural ability to have these babies, to get pregnant, grow and nurture, 280 days later, birth and deliver that child that you so love. Not only are you holding in your mind and your heart, you're going to be holding in your arms. And I'm delighted. So know that this point of power is in you. It's in you. It's in the center of you. Just like if I'm holding up a basketball, the center of that basketball is delineated by the measurements around it. So that's the science. My room that I'm in, the center of this room is delineated by the measurements of its periphery. So imagine the universe. We can't even see and determine the edges of our universe or the multiverse, and that how small we are in comparison to the rest of the universe.